Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Kim with Kim's Inspired Life, and thank you for clicking on this video. You saw the title. I'm basically going to be sharing my goals for 2024, some personal, mostly crafty. I'm going to start with what I have in front of me, which is my personal journal, and then this is my incoming, outgoing record keeping for crafting, and mostly crafting, but then I have some other personal things in there as well. I'm going to share this binder, which is my planner, kind of basically. So, and then while I'm talking about all of this and through that, whatever I don't get to, then I'll share my goals. I have actually written down 10 goals. Some of them have to do with this that I'm going to share right here, and then I'll just share the other ones as well. As the year begins, I always enjoy watching those channels that share their goals, that talk about what goals they had last year, what goals that they met. And then I start to, maybe either think, okay, yeah, you know what, I should do that as well. Or, I did that. And so you get kind of affirmation if it's something, if there are goals that, somebody else has met and then you have too. And so you kind of feel like, okay, we're in this together kind of thing. Beginning of the year, that's what we do, right? We just kind of assess what we've done, what we didn't get done, what we want to do for the new year. And if you're like me, I don't really dwell on, oh my gosh, I didn't get that done. I just say, you know what, Kim, it's okay. Let's just move forward and let's just begin where we are. And so that's what I do. So let me start here with my personal journal. If you've been around my channel, you know that I've been keeping a writing journal for many years, and I filled up several of these different journals, I get them from different people or I've bought them. Mostly, most of the journals that I've written in are journals that have been given to me. And my goal is that one day then I will give them to my grandchildren, or I'll leave them to my grandchildren or give them to them at some point. I've written a lot about just, their parents, a lot about our family, a lot about, what we've done. So I just want to share it with you really quickly and then share with you where I'm going and what I'm starting next, because I started this journal on Sunday, May the 7th, 2023, and I finished it. I was hoping to finish it by the end of December, but actually I didn't. I think I finished it on January 7th, 2024. So, what I do for my personal journal is I do add photos. I go through, and then most of it is writing. And so I always start with the date, of course, the day and the date, and where I'm writing, and maybe what's going on that weekend. So I started with a weekend that we went out of town. My goal is to write in something that I want to remember is going on. I try not to let a week go by that I don't write at least one time. So no, in reality, I don't write every day. I write as often as I can. And, here's some little hair. Killian, I gave him a little haircut. So in journals past, I really just kept it to strictly writing. You won't even see any even stickers or business cards or anything. It was strictly just writing. And over the years, I started adding receipts or movie tickets, or this is a ticket to the zoo. And some pages are blank a little bit because I thought, okay, I'm just going to put that in for now, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to write. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Postcards from places we've been, photos. So just really just a Mod Podge of what goes on in life. But most of it is writing. And I've been keeping a journal for years. I started when my older son was, I want to say 2 years old, maybe 3. And I just really want to document. Every once in a while, Raleigh and I will sit down and we'll pull out a journal and we might read a little bit. Those sessions usually end up being cut short because we're usually crying about something and we start talking and remembering, past times. And it's almost just like watching a movie, right? When, our old movies, if you guys used to take, movies with a camcorder and record all of the days and everything that went by. And so one day I just want my grandchildren to have a record of my thoughts and feelings and things that we did and places that we experienced. Maybe we experienced them together. This is when Raleigh and I took a trip to Chicago, last year or last year. And so I would love to have had my grandmother's written words and thoughts and ideas and, just sign of the times. And, even like during COVID, I was writing and wow, when my grandchildren look back on that and read about, what was happening during this pandemic, what was that all about? They'll have, they'll hear what exactly we were doing day to day or week to week. So anyway, so I ended the journal with some photos at the end. And then this actual prayer at the end that says, "And now, just as you accepted Christ Jesus as your Lord, you must continue to follow him. Let your roots grow down into him and let your lives be built on him. Then your faith will grow strong in the truth you were taught, and you will overflow with thankfulness," from Colossians chapter 2. So anyway, I'm finished with that journal. I finished that. So I started in May of last year and I finished in January of this year. And so this is the next journal that I'm going to be starting and using as my personal journal. And when I get a journal and I feel like it's a journal that I probably will use for my personal writing journal, I like to put who gave it to me, just so I know. So Kelly Santee had given me this in February of 2023. I think it was part of a giveaway that I won, possibly. And for the journals, I like them to have, lots of lines if possible. I like them to have, about this much paper or so. You can see about, how much this was. The size really doesn't matter. This one's a little bit smaller. This one's a little bit bigger. So but I do like it sturdy because I like it to have a sturdy cover because I take my journal with me everywhere I go. So when I'm traveling, I take it with me, when we go out of town, because I feel like, I want to document things possibly when we're there. And sometimes I take it with me and I don't write in it. But the likelihood, if I take it with me, I will write in it. So anyway, so that's where I'm headed with my personal journal. And the next journal is this one, and this is where I document what I've received, and you can see there's R's there, and then also what I've sent out. And so I'm not going to go through every page of this, but basically at the top, I put the date. So this one I started in, let me see. When did I start this one? I think I started this one in May because, I started because I could see Crafty Sue's birthday challenge, and her birthday's in May. So a page fell out there, so I just kind of put it there. So basically what I write in here are the giveaways and challenges that here's August 22. Here, and then if I don't have, when I send out some happy mail, when I send out a challenge, if I don't have someone's address, I put it here in this book, so I make sure that I do have it. And so I put, when someone gives me something or sends me something, I write it down. I write down what they sent me. I'm trying to get better about this. I wasn't good about this. When I first entered the crafty community, somebody would send me something and I wouldn't think, oh, I should send them something back, or I should send them a card and thank them. I just kind of let time go by, and I just didn't want to do that. And I thought, well, okay, if I write it down, I can look back and say, okay, did I, I'll check it off. Did I send that person something back, or a thank you, or something? And so Christmas cards that I've received from crafty friends in here that I've put over the years. And so that's what this journal is. This journal helps me remember who in the craft, when I'm crafting, who I've sent things to, challenges that I've entered, that kind of thing. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes somebody will say, oh yeah, remember, last year when you joined my challenge, and I'll look back and I'll think, oh yeah, that's right. I did do that. There are some personal, like when I've sent my brothers and sisters things, I have put that in here as well too, just so I remember. And so anyway, so that's what this is. And I'm almost finished with this. I have just a couple of pages left. I think I have like 2 or 3 pages left. And so I'm going to be using this one next. And I like this. I guess this is a Dollar Tree kind of, just one of those simple, looks like this. So this one I actually got from Gail, I think, yes, at Triple G's. And so again, when I received it from her, I thought, oh, I already had in mind that would be, a journal that I like that size, that I would be using for that. So I have that marked, and then I have it, in my craft closet. So anyway, so I'm almost finished with that. So I'll be using that one. That's what I do with that journal. All right, the last thing that I want to share with you is this binder. And I know people keep planners and people buy planners, and there's all kinds of fun, expensive planners that you can buy. But I thought, you know what? I want to do something. I want to make a planner for me that's going to work for me. I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. And so I had this pink binder already in my office. I never even made a cover for it. I just left it. Maybe I'll make a cover for it sometime. So this binder is just a simple 3-ring binder, and I made this just this little cover for it, just so I could put my channel name here and just put some ephemera pieces that I particularly liked on here. I laminated this, and then I put a little clip at the top because I thought, well, if there's any time I need to clip anything, I'll just put it right there. Right? So then when you open it up, I made a little pocket right here, but you can see half the time I'd forget that this pocket was here and not even really put that in there. So anyway, and I just have a little note to myself right here, things to do monthly. And then if you remember last year, I put this YouTube open collaboration list together, and I said I'll send it to whomever would like to. And a couple people did say, oh yeah, email it to me. So I did, and I already have a couple of people that have said, as soon as you update it, I'll take a copy of it. So I haven't updated it yet because mostly I want to go through and I want to make sure that, this is correct. And like Enjoy Purple with us is Enjoy Red with us this year. And, Shaker Sunday, I think, is still going on, and Stamping Sunday. So there's a few that I want to add to this list. So I'm going to be working on this and updating this. I just haven't done it yet. So again, if you have an open collaboration, if you put it on the last video where I talked about it, great. Or if you didn't and you want to put it in this video, let me know that. I'm going to go back, and I'm pretty sure Crafting Rose is still doing DT5 and a snack, so I'll make sure I add that on there. So I'm going to go with this list first and confirm what's on this list, and then I'll add to it. So these are all basically, these open collabs are what keep me motivated to continue crafting. I'll look on here and I'll say, okay, what day is it? Do I want to, do I have time to participate in that? Do I want to participate in that? Do I want to make sure, like, Kimmy's hashtag new to me on Thursdays and Fun Card Friday on Fridays. And so there's just so much motivation for us to work every day and to craft every day. So, okay, so that's the second thing in here. And then Patricia at Anchored in Crafts was having, she had a stash challenge last year. I'm not sure if that continued the whole year, but she had actually had this available to print out. So I just printed it out and added that in there. And then here's just some other information about collabs too that I wrote down. Okay, so this is actually what I did to keep track of. Let me change the camera angle. So this is actually what I did to keep track of the months. So I found this on Etsy. It was like less than $2, and it was a 2-sided calendar. So you can see January is, here's half of January, here's the other half of January. And the reason why I liked it was because the boxes had lines in them. They were big enough. And then it also had a space for goals over here. So I like that. And then it had some blank spaces, over here that I could write in as well. And then it had the prior month and the next month. So I liked all of those things about this, and that's why I selected this particular one that I wanted to use. And so what I did was I have a tab punch, and so I put a tab up at the top, so it was easy for me just to, tab over to that month. And then on the sides, you can see I created these tabs right here for each month. Right? Like that. For every month, it's a different color, right? Okay. And then what I tried to do was, you can see this is January. So this reflects not only crafting, but then my personal life as well. I remembered I would put maybe what we ate for dinner, or meetings that were upcoming, or, things like that. Things that I had to do as well. What I ate for lunch, if I was going out with friends or whatever, but then also challenges and birthdays and things like that. Okay. So that is, and then on the back, I started last year. I didn't finish it. You can obviously see I was going to try to keep up with the books that I read every month. And I did January, February, March, April, May. And then, I don't know, I lost it after that. I stopped writing it down. So that's not on my list of my 10 goals, but I may do that again, I'm not sure. So then, and then, so I just used the blank spaces in between, not these, not the tabs, but, or I don't think the tabs pages, but, you know, just the back of the calendar pages that I would just use if I was going to write, you know, had other information that I wanted to include. So this is February, and then did the same thing, wrote some, you know, crafty goals, challenges, other things upcoming. Back of March. And then here is March. Ooh, did that tear out? That came. So, and then I started, you know, when I could, I remembered to add ephemera. I tried to just, you know, be creative about it as I had time. And then here is April. You can see apparently I had more time on my hands because it looks a little bit more decorated. And, all right. And I even started doing a little bit of stamping right there, I guess. And then here is April. Ooh, look I added some washi tape right there. I added more stickers. So I was just I started thinking, okay, I'm going to make this a little bit more fun. So when I put it away for the year, when I look back at it, it can be a little bit more fun. So that was May. Here is June. And then here is July. So I have some patriotic things here, to-do list over here. So lots going on in June and then July, and then here's August. I even added a picture of one of my grandkids right there. She's so cute. And then I started adding some washi tape here, some birthdays, some highlighting. So it looks cute. I mean, you know, even though it's my little homemade planner, it still looks cute. And then I actually, on this August page, I put a picture of my granddaughter there. So that's probably going to stay there because I'm reusing these tab pages. So I'll talk about that in just a minute. And then on the back of this, I have a whole bunch of notes. I think that was for a challenge that I participated in. I wanted to remember who was in that, who was in the challenge. And then this is September. You can see that I filled some of the areas out and have lots of things going on in September. And then I added some pictures on the back of this. That's fun. And so I want to definitely do that more. And then here is October. I used some of the stamps. These stamps that Liana had sent me are so pretty. And then, you know, I'm just putting some of the same things, like some of the challenges, some of the open collabs that are here that I want to remember. And then here is November. And then I guess I didn't have enough space. I don't know. I added this little sticky thing here. I guess I could have used some of that over there. And so that's November. And the last month is December, and I stamped some little candy canes on there and everything. I kept up with everything. So this really worked for me. As you can see, I was able to have enough space to put everything that I needed in it. What I decided to do was to continue to, I want to do the same thing again. I'm going to reuse these tab pages. I'm just going to pull out these pages here. I printed, again, for less than $2. I want to say it was like $1.78. It was an odd amount, you know, as that happens sometimes. And so I printed each side. It's a little bit different. This is the first one I saw that I liked. I didn't see the ones with the lines this time, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. The boxes are big. I like this size of box. And then on this side, it does have this whole line right here for notes, and then the blank boxes that, you know, that don't make up the days in the month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hole punch these. I'm going to put these back in this pink binder. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to use these tab pages, and then I'm going to add at the top, I'm going to add these tabs like this that I've made, and I'm going to get started with my new planner for this year and keeping up with, you know, what I'm doing every week and in my crafty goals and all of that. Okay, so let me share with you my 10 goals. And they're not all crafty goals, but they're things that I want to make sure that I think about, that I do, that I continue doing this year. So the first one is to, of course, write in my personal journal, continue to add photos, continue to add documents. The second thing is to continue on with the second journal that I showed you, which was recording incoming and outgoing mail. The third thing is to maintain this monthly planner, which includes both crafting and personal, you know, personal things that I'm doing, as well as just add that creativity to the pages like I did. And, you know, so when I look back at it, I can say, oh yeah, that was definitely March, and see what's going on there. And then I really want to use my Cricut more in both paper crafting and in other ways as well. And so I feel like, you know, I've been doing that little by little, and with more and more inspiration from our friends that say, yes, I just made this card, and you know, I used my Cricut. So you know who you are out there. You know who you are. So thank you for the inspiration and the motivation. If you didn't already know this, I got a sewing machine for Christmas, which is right here. I just brought it up into my craft room a couple of days ago. I haven't opened it or anything because I'm going to do an unboxing of it, and then I'm still trying to watch. There's not very many videos out about this particular sewing machine, and so I just want to make sure that I open it, and I'm going to share it with you, look at it, and then I'm going to start using it. And so my goals are to incorporate sewing into some of my paper crafting, like journals, and just making other, like maybe little embellishments and things, and then to start sewing some simple sewing projects. So I'm not trying to make anything too big, just, you know, just starting there. And then my sixth goal, number 6, is to continue to participate in open collabs, in swaps, and other YouTube challenges as time permits. And then number 7 is to continue to add to my scrapbook. I was inspired by visiting Judy and seeing all of her wonderful scrapbooks to start one. I've never done a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout sheets before, and I had always wanted to. And while I was with Judy, I bought this scrapbook, and she showed me how to add the pages and take it apart and all of that. And so I started making some 12 by 12 layouts. And so I just want to continue this. That's all I've made. That's all. But I do have more pages here. And so I want to continue doing that. And I want to make pages so I can document, you know, not only my, you know, life with my grandchildren, but with my family, and trips we've taken, and celebrations with friends, and all of that. One of the other things I want to do is I want to use my beads. Oh my gosh, guys. So here are all the beads I have. These are all things that have to do with beads and charms. This is paper up here and twine and all that. So it's basically this right here and then this right here. And so I have, you know, beads in there. I have beads in here. I have beads in those little containers. Here's the tools. So you know, those are all so I have things in here. So I have everything I need to make tassels and dangles. I just need to sit down and do it. I just need to do it, and, you know, practice doing it so that I feel better about doing it. So anyway, so that's goal number 8. Goal number 9, this has nothing to do with crafting. This is something personal. If you're Catholic, you probably know who Father Mike Schmitz is. He's a Catholic priest, and he does podcasts. And so I started the Catechism in a Year, which is 365 days, and I didn't have a set routine about when I was listening to the podcast. And every day it's short. It's like, you know, between 10 and 15 minutes maybe. And I just didn't get in a habit of doing it every day. So honestly, I'm just going to tell you this. I'm not ashamed to say, well, I kind of am. I only got to day 123. That's it. And I don't know, there would be weeks, obviously, that I didn't listen. And anyway, there's no excuse, but I'm going to continue with the days 124 and go all the way 365. So I'm going to finish the Catechism in a Year with Father Mike Schmitz and listen to that. And then my last goal, number 10, is I'm going to do what so many of you are doing and use what I have in my craft room and share what I have in my craft room. My craft room is a small room. I don't have nearly as much as so many of you have out there, but I feel like I have enough stuff. So even though I do have a couple of haul videos coming up that, you know, I bought a few things, but there's some things for the kids and things too. But anyway, I just feel like, you know, I have a lot of paper. I've bought some D-stashes over the, you know, last year, a couple of paper D-stashes. And so anyway, I just feel like I want to use what I have just like you do. And I want to just enjoy doing what I like to do with what I have. So thank you so much for all of you that inspire me to do that, that also say that on your channels, and you share such brilliant projects and share this. This is what you can do with scraps, or you can make this in 10 minutes, or those videos just really motivate me to create. And we need this outlet. I need this outlet. I need to be able to to come in my craft room and just turn on some music, or turn on a YouTube video, or turn on a movie and just relax and just create. And I think that's good for all of us. I've been watching some videos that have been talking about that we some of us shop, some of us bake, some of us, and I love to shop, and I love to bake, and I love to travel, and I love to spend time with my grandchildren, and I really do enjoy cleaning, and so there's so many outlets. But when we come into our craft room and we accomplish something, when we finish making a journal, or when we set out to make make some type of embellishment that we've never made before, and it turns out pretty good, we like it enough to want to share it on our channel, that's amazing. That's an amazing feeling. And so that's what that's what I want to continue to do. I want to continue to be inspired by you, and continue to create and share my love for creativity and for crafting and learning with my grandchildren. And so thank you again, everyone, for stopping by and for always sharing. And okay, so if you are still here in this video, I am doing a giveaway because, like I said, I have a lot of stuff around my craft room that I would love to share. But I'm also going to do a gift card too, because that just seems fun. So who doesn't want to start off the new year, with something fresh and maybe something new, and maybe adding something to your craft room that you've been wanting, that you didn't get for Christmas because people just didn't listen to what you wanted. So I'm going to be giving away 2 $25 Amazon gift cards, as well as some crafty goodies from my craft room. If you would like to participate in this giveaway, all you have to do is leave Happy New Year along with a comment, and I will know that you want to enter. Happy New Year, any other comment, and then I will have the drawing. What's today? I'm going to be posting this probably on Thursday. I'm thinking Thursday. So let's say until next Wednesday. Okay? So until next Wednesday, you guys are awesome.